what is that number?
I have answered your question.
No, you haven't, Mr. Mayorkas. You've not answered the question.
I can do hand signals at this point, right?
Mr. Ivey, if you let him answer the question, or maybe if you would like to answer for him, because clearly he does not intend to answer my question.
I think it's,
Is it not a fair question?
I'm just saying you're over your time, that's all.
We don't need any more points about over the time, okay? As I just sent to you, I think it was just last week, I let Mr. Correa vote after we had gavelled out. I am gracious here, and I'll be gracious to both sides of the aisle.
And Mr. Chairman, I would
don't
ask
want any more interruptions about time being expired, please. Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman, I would ask you to direct the witness to answer the question.
Do you have a number?
I have answered it to the best of my ability, Mr. Chairman.
Clearly. I now recognize
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman, if I might.
Point of order?
And I'm just asking, are you basically suspending that rule, or what's?
Look, I have since the beginning, and this is the last time I'm going to answer this question today, Mr. Ivey, allowed people to continue a question train of thought that extends outside their time. I've done that on both sides of the aisle, and I am not going to articulate or waste any more of these gentlemen and this gentlelady's time defining the policy as I've executed it since the beginning of my chairmanship.
Well,
I think now the next person we're recognizing, you are not recognized, Mr. Ivey.
Well,
you are
I'm
not
sorry,
recognized.
but if
You are not recognized.
you're not following the rules that we
Point of
voted
order.
on and accepted,
The ranking member
at
is
the beginning.
recognized.
Mr. Chairman, we adopted a set of rules, and I try not
Okay.
to get involved. I have to
Go ahead.
explain my point of order.
Go ahead.
And the rules clearly specify everything that's being raised.
I have never once, Mr. Ranking Member,
I have
heard.
not completed.
Finish your thought.
Thank you. So I'm saying that we adopted the rules on how we conduct business. And anytime a member raises the question, it's consistent with the rules. Now, if that becomes a problem, then I think we have to modify our rules, because that's how we operate. That's what Congresses are required to do. That's what committees are required to do. And for people to ignore the rules is inconsistent with the rule. So I'm just saying to you, follow the rules that we adopted.
Yeah, we're going to continue the policy as I have been doing it since I've been the chairman. Okay, if you're in the midst of a thought, we're going to let you go past your time. And number two, I haven't heard anyone raise an issue on the left when I've allowed people on the left to go over time. Not once, Mr. Ivey, have you said when one of your members has gone over 5 minutes, the person's time is up. Fascinating to me that you're only doing it when it's on this side of the aisle.
If I might have a chance to be heard.
Yes.
All I'm saying is that under the rules, we have a right to raise the point of order when somebody goes over the time. You've used your discretion to permit additional questioning if you want to, but to say I can never raise a point of order that's consistent with the rules doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's just a clear violation of the rules that were adopted. And by the way, the rules were adopted, I don't think they were adopted unanimously. There was a Republican decision to adopt these rules. So these are your rules.
No doubt about it. But the point I'm making is it's intriguing to me that we're consuming this time over this issue while I've never once heard you raise the issue when I've allowed Ms. Jackson Lee to go 2 minutes over.
I've never
But
objected.
today it's an issue in the midst of a very important hearing.
Anybody can raise a point of order on
You're
the time
absolutely
when they
correct.
want to.
You're
I'm
absolutely correct.
not blocking anyone from doing that, but I think I have the right, and I
You do.
request the right to preserve that, to raise the point of order when there's an obvious.
It's an excellent point. Now, can we move on? Thank you.
As long as you give me the authority to do
Mr.
it,
Bishop,
that's
Mr. Carter, the ranking member of the subcommittee on emergency management